to go and win another Wimbledon.
Yeah, well, listen, if we would consider him winning Wimbledon this year a miracle, then he's already had 2 miracles this year, right? He already had the miracle of Melbourne and the miracle of Paris 14, given what we saw from him in Rome with limping off finishing the match against Shapovalov. So we could have a 3rd miracle. Of course, we could. I think Djokovic starts pretty clear favorite, but I think Rafa, this could be like a weird destiny kind of year. Like the calendar year Grand Slam could be alive and well 2 years in a row going into the US Open on the men's side. And that is unbelievable to think that might happen and not have it be Novak, to have it be Rafa. Yes, absolutely. I thought the same in Paris, but I really thought Paris showed the fact that he missed Melbourne, missed 3 out of 5 set. So he hadn't played 3 out of 5 set format since last year's US Open, which he struggled the whole time. I mean, he obviously from the very first set against Holger Rune, who's turned out to be a heck of a player. He didn't look comfortable last year at the Open, understandably so, with all the pressure of the calendar year Grand Slam, but he didn't play Melbourne. So to go, like 9 months, 8-9 months without playing 3 out of 5 sets, I think that hurt him in Paris. But I think getting to the quarters, playing that match against Rafa, I think he'll be more ready. And I think grass courts, fewer players are comfortable on grass. And certainly nobody's more comfortable right now in the men's game on grass than Novak.
At the event?
Maybe some years it would, but I think in a year where you're going to have the number 1 seed be Djokovic, the number 2 seed be Nadal, correct? I mean, maybe I'm off, but when you have the player who has more majors than anybody else ever in the men's game at 22, Rafa, and you have Novak trying to win his 3rd straight Wimbledon and his 6th, 7th overall, and trying to chase his chase Rafa's 22. I think that's going to hide the fact we don't have a number 1, or because of the injury to Zverev, who's not Russian. He is from Russian descent, but he suffered the terrible injury against Rafa in the semis of Roland Garros. So it's going to be an unusual year to not have rankings 1 and 2, but I feel like the names on the men's side, Alcaraz, Berrettini, Hurkacz got to the semis last year, the 2 Canadian guys, I feel like there's still such great depth. And with Rafa and Novak leading the way, it's fine. Well, listen, the whole war is messy, right? War is tragic. It's been a horror show for Ukrainian people. And there's a lot of Ukrainian professional tennis players that are just living through hell. And, obviously the decision's been made by whether it's NATO or, countries to just try and have the tightest of sanctions. So when you sort of think about the industry of pro tennis, if we're going to have sanctions as well, then Wimbledon is certainly, and I understand the UK government, has put some pressure throughout the country to not do business with Russians during this time. So, unfortunately, I think it was, when I say unfortunately, I wish they had never had to make the decision, but I think under the circumstances, I can't say I disagree. And then you got the response from the both players associations. Their response was to take points away, which is really unfortunate, because now that means every player suffers the consequences of not getting points. But let me tell you, at a time when, there's been lost revenue by many people involved with pro tennis, especially players, coaches, it's not an exhibition, because of the prize money and because of the prestige of winning a Wimbledon title is still there. Those are actually the 2 main things. I think the points are 3rd. And so you're missing, the 3rd most important aspect, but the prize money is huge, and the prestige will be just as prestigious as ever.
Right.
Yeah, I think we definitely are. And we have to, before I talk about who are the future stars, which some of them are current stars, we just have to really appreciate every time we see Serena walk out on the court. Nadal, even Djokovic, even though he's a few years younger than, and if Roger comes back, I don't think Rogers can play 3 out of 5 set format. I hope I'm wrong, just like I was wrong. I didn't think Serena would be playing this year's Wimbledon. As far as stars who are ready, listen, as global a sport as tennis is, the equality aspect, men and women, there's always somebody ready. Look how quickly the Ash Barty #1 vacuum was filled by Iga Swiatek. I mean, and she enters Wimbledon on this 35 match win streak, I think passing Serena's best win streak, equaling Venus's. Like, she's in rarefied air, Swiatek. So, and she's young. And then what Alcaraz has done the last few months in the men's game, that has turned so many heads, not just in so many ways, with his physical game, with his mindset, with his team. I think it's Juan Carlos Ferrero, won a French Open and got to #1 in the world, is proving to be an outstanding coach and sort of shepherding Alcaraz towards the top of the men's game. So those are the 2 biggest, brightest, most obvious new stars. But look, if Raducanu can keep it together physically and win a few matches and not be overwhelmed by playing at Wimbledon as a major winner, unexpected major winner, that can be a great story too. I just don't have a lot of expectations right now for what Emma's going to do.